The long planting season drags out this spring in the Wabash Valley. Near record rainfall, flooding, and mostly cool temperatures this spring have turned planting crops into a marathon for many farmers. News 10's Mike Grant reports that despite a slow start, there is still optimism down on the farm.
First came the rains, then came the floods, and for many farmers in the Wabash Valley, a long time on the sidelines waiting to get started.
And a real battle ever since then. We just received too much rain too quick, and, right in the middle of planting season.
While the bulk of the corn and soybean crops have now been planted, they're still small and getting a very late start.
This spring has definitely been not good for crops in general.
There's still a whole lot of acres just like this in bottomlands across the Wabash Valley that have not yet been planted.
Well, I'd like to plant corn because of the price of corn, but they have to switch to bean because I couldn't get in soon enough.
Farmers may have to stop their planting long enough to harvest the wheat. Despite the rain, the wheat looks fairly promising, and once it's in, it'll be back to wrapping up the last of the planting. Everyone agrees the start for the crops this year hasn't been very good. But in farming, it's not necessarily how you start, but how you finish at harvest that counts. That means even with the struggles this spring, there's some optimism. This will be a good year.
You never know. You're dealing with Mother Nature, and she can be kind of a fickle thing to deal with.
Wabash Valley farmers just hope Mother Nature decides to be a lot more cooperative this summer and fall than she was in the spring. In Knox County, I'm Mike Grant, News 10.
Strong commodity prices could help farmers pull out a profit this year, even if they wind up with less than a bumper crop.